Hi, I'm Ryan Murphy, creator.
Hey, this is Chris Gorham. I played Harrison on the show.
Hi, this is Bryce Johnson, played Josh Ford.
Hey, I'm Leslie Bibb, and I played Brooke McQueen.
Hey, this is Jamie Babbitt, and I directed and produced this episode.
Hi, this is Leslie Grossman, and I played Mary Cherry.
Okay, this is the story of how this show happened. This was episode 14 of a 22 episode run. I had never done a TV show. I was exhausted. I had no script. And I said, you know what I sort of want to do? I was obsessed with how all girls get their periods if you're around each other on the same... Your cycle becomes the same. And I'm like, nobody's ever written about that. So I was like, I'm going to write about this. So I wrote this script in a 2-day fever dream. And to this day, I get so many comments, and it is my favorite episode by far.
Me too.
And I remember when I gave this episode to Jamie, she was like, I hate your guts, because every scene is in this,
P.S.
the bathroom,
Tamara
the
still
Novak.
needs physical therapy from this fight scene. I'm not kidding.
Why I love, look at her, she's like such a bean.
She's so tiny.
We shot this episode near Christmas, remember?
Yeah.
We're out of lady time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love this episode.
I enjoy so much about this episode, I can't even tell you.
But do you remember, we thought, oh, it's in one room. It'll be
Easy.
super
So easy.
Yeah,
Why are we wearing those jackets?
Bryce and I and Ron had a
you
good time in
run
this
away.
episode.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Because we didn't
love
have to be
this
stuck
opening.
in there with you guys.
Oh, the opening was so great.
I
We
think
all
our
looked so
opening is the
good.
best.
The opening was
was
inspired.
tilting that
We
way,
wanted to
too.
do like a Vanity
Wait.
Fair photo shoot. That's what the
But
idea was.
remember there was a fake photographer taking pictures of us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought he was a real photographer, so I was all posing. And then he comes up to me and he whispers, you know, I'm a fake photographer. And I was like, yeah, I need that.
Yeah, duh.
I
Meanwhile,
remember.
and the guy who shot this, the DP who shot this, just won an Oscar for his
Yeah,
short
I
film.
saw that.
Yeah.
What? What's your
Yeah, so
film?
this
Aaron
is
Schneider.
P.S. done by an Oscar winner.
Wow.
This was also, I have to say, the episode that turned the tide for us in a weird way, because we did this episode, and I remember turning in this script, and the executives were like, we don't even know where to begin to comment on this episode.
Scarlet Letter, the first book.
Oh, he was real nice, this guy.
Semester in
Yeah,
I'm wearing a mink.
Delta Burke, I believe, is this her first part?
I bet
where
it
she's
is.
Cherry?
Can I tell you that
No, I don't think it was.
She brings all of her jewelry to work, and I would just sit on set, and I would play, because I love playing with jewelry, like, I've done it since I was a kid, and she has rocks.
She's
She just,
Really?
and she has that was her own tiara on one of the episodes that she
Was-
has to
oh,
wear a
that's
tiara.
right.
Remember, she brought her own tiara.
Oh my God, Leslie, tell us a story about this fur.
Do I have to sit next to her? She stinks.
Quick, and go.
Mary Cherry.
Once upon a time.
Well, the mink was real old and stinky.
Wasn't
was
it from some
vintage.
Beverly Hills Furrier?
No, this one was vintage. It was actually quite gorgeous, and I felt real glamorous in it.
To me, this book
This
is
was
I loved
Carly
all
Pope
this-
Sandin. This was Carly Pope
That was
Sandin.
April, who was
Yeah.
a sweetheart.
April, that's right.
This was the genius of Greer Shepard, because she had the idea of adding the literary oomph to get it beyond exploitation. And I love that everybody in this episode had a
Tammy's
secret.
hair.
Tammy's hair is amazing.
Tammy's hair always was amazing. It was either short and spiky or
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Mr. Bennett, let me just say on the
Look at my
record
teeth.
that I love the gays.
A truer phrase has
I have
never
to say,
been
one of my
uttered.
favorite things while we were shooting was listening to Ryan read the scripts out loud and do Mary Cherry.
And P.S., if you think every Mary Cherry line wasn't completely staged out for me before I stepped on that set, it was very specific and like, go up and then down.
Ryan used to call us like in the middle of the night and say, "Listen to this scene," and he would act out the entire thing on the phone.
Remember when we used to do table reads, you guys? How much fun they were?
Oh,
when
they
the
would
scripts
have
would
lunch.
come out. It was great.
Don't sign your name.
Well, I was
Look at
always so
Leslie
looking forward to the new scripts,
Bibb's
too.
cutting edge white vest again.
You know, I
before
have to
fashionable.
say, I remember being a little intimidated by Leslie because I thought Leslie was like a real actress and I had no idea what I was doing. So sometimes I'd sneak at her and I'd be like, she looks like she really knows what she's doing. And then try to like act like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't.
Leslie, talk about your insane zigzag part.
Always.
You know what? Because you know what happened? I went to you because I was so tired of having Ryan only wanted straight part, straight hair,
Blowout.
and a blowout and a flat iron. So we came up with the zigzag as somehow.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because
Wow.
we were just like, I went because I had to go ask.
Jamie, yay!
Yay! No clap.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because
Tammy's covering her cleavage in this shot because she was so freaked out. I was looking at her shirt. She was like, "Can you see down my shirt?"
Wait, that guy that just walked by, I had a date with. He was an extra. That's all I have to say.
Trolling for
What's she doing
extras.
in a feminist studies class anyway? She should be in fashion studies, and her hair is too damn blonde.
You know who I hate more? No, Chloe. Ever since I quit the Glamazon, she has been mean.
Oh,
The
this is that
Glamazon.
great Possessed by the Menstruation Devil.
Bryce,
God, we
you know
have
what
to
the
talk about that when we get
weird
to
thing-
it, 'cause
It's like
it was
it was
hard.
never like this on
Cramping.
set, was it, Bryce?
No, never.
The girls were never in a bad
You guys,
mood.
do you realize how
We all got
how
along perfectly.
ahead of
Always.
the time we were by addressing this topic?
We
I
have
remember
to talk
rewinding that over and over at my house when I
That
saw
was
this.
the hardest thing to shoot. And when you, I'll talk about it when we get to me and Tammy, how hard it
Oh,
was.
I want to see it again.
It was
I-
fast
you know
motion.
one of my
It was
favorite
fast motion.
episodes?
They didn't have to move that
At
quickly.
least 1 week a month.
Yes. Like 2 rare lamb chops on a Spitfire grill. So what are you looking at?
Huh?
Nothing, just existing.
just existed.
Are you trying to humiliate me? Because you know I'm craving it?
Leslie. Now I can guarantee you to the viewer watching that Leslie Grossman does not have her shoes on in this shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With my granny feet. Hold on. Okay, now what you have to understand about this was the hardest thing to do because, first of all, Tammy and I always made each other laugh, but our mouths were making the most disgusting noises.
Oh, this is great. Oh, this is so great.
Tammy with her lion roar.
So funny.
But this looks so funny. But you guys remember, it was hell
It was
to
hard.
shoot.
And I remember Jamie getting really mad at being like, you guys,
Stop laughing.
laughing. We have
How
to
about when
get
we
this.
get the kooks? We'd get the kooks who'd be in the middle of shooting something, and we'd just get the kooks in like in the chemistry class, or we
Or
were
you
doing
would start
something.
laughing with
people would
8
get
people
Start
on the scene.
laughing.
Yo, bro, we're like suffering ourselves.
The kooks.
And you know the other thing I would like to say without mentioning names is there was a bit of tension going on with none of the people in this room with some of the actresses on the show. So the we are not liking each other thing,
Oh, yes.
fighting, was really hitting a
It
nerve.
was therapeutic.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Can I tell you one of my favorite episodes, besides this one, is the one where Tammy and Leslie kidnapped Gwyneth Paltrow's personal shopper.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
But I loved how like you'd have insanity and then like Brooke thinks she's pregnant,
Yeah.
and it would somehow
And you can do that.
mix.
And Leslie, you know what was funny about this episode, Bib? This was one of the rare episodes where you got to be comic, and I know how much you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Because we always felt like Brooke was an archetype of dramatic princessdom, so we had to keep that going. But you had fun doing the comedy.
Of course I did. Yeah. I thought this was a fun episode.
This was by far my favorite.
No wonder you stole it. It is, after all, the exact same color.
Look at Carly's eyebrows. She always had those genius eyebrows.
You read my diary?
Yep.
So much for boundaries, huh, Brooke? You're unbelievable.
And hats off to Jamie Babbitt for the direction of this
So
episode.
good. And by the way, notice all the hot backlighting. Remember that?
Yeah.
Leslie at all times.
Backlighting
That's Chris
everywhere.
Baffa. Chris
Oh my
Baffa
God.
special.
And as a natural blonde,
Yeah, like we both were.
your hair breaks a little bit, and I just remember it was a constant keeping down of those little hairs, and Ryan was like, no, it must be.
I was the
hot
king of the
backlighting.
flyaway patrol.
Yeah, Lily.
But by the way, Chris Baffa's lighting made all of us
Yes.
look amazing.
I'm sorry,
Like,
I asked for it today,
gorgeous.
and Phil, can you
Cut
give me the
to,
back
like,
backlight?
on another show where you're going, can I have some more fill, please?
Is this new invention? It's called leave-in conditioner. Just a small dollop in your palm, rub it in. It's real simple, hon.
That.
People like the
good
show
at
because it
cutting
was
people
cruel.
down.
I forgot that she slapped.
Oh, we
Oh,
laughed.
there's a lot of slaps in this.
We were laughing so.
This was at the height of insanity, this scene.
You can tell how much we love this episode because we're all sitting here watching it like we're having a really hard time talking.
This is fun.
That's why you had the jackets.
Yeah, it
Oh
was,
yes.
remember
yes.
the jackets coming up was based on Grease, where it was the pink
I
ladies.
Since the beginning. Huh, sister?
You know what, Brooke?
Bring it.
I bet you fight like a girl.
Oh!
This was really fun. This was fun.
Also on this episode, Bryce got a horrible stomach flu and had to miss like 2 days. Remember?
Oh, this was Christmas?
Yeah, little
I got
Bryce.
us on
Yeah,
the
let's
early.
see where-
Remember that this was also
I
our
love
last
that
show
transition.
before our Christmas break.
Yeah.
So
We have a
We were a
question.
little.
we were
pent up.
cookie.
About girls.
I always loved it when the boys had scenes together, and I know they loved it because they were way from the
did.
crazy.
Oh, we loved
Because
it.
we
female
hardly ever
energy.
got to work together.
I was
But this
so
was a
happy
very-
to. Anytime I shot Diane Delano, I would try and put as many
Diane Shaw
skeletons
and
in the For no apparent reason, I just loved skeletons next to her.
Also, do you remember that Diane's hair was shellacked within an inch
Oh
of its
my
life?
god, an inch of its life.
Now, this thing about the Madagascar fire ants was based on research done at 4 in the morning. It sort of makes no sense.
And then cut to Fear Factor.
Yeah, look at it now.
I haven't seen this since we probably shot it, and you know what? I'm enjoying it.
Oh, you know what other episode I love? Which is, I think, maybe my favorite one, is the Whatever Happened to Baby Jane Hudson.
Oh, well,
Oh,
that
that
was
was
amazing.
great.
That, Ryan
Shot for
Murphy,
shot remake.
Yes.
Well, see, that's what was great about our show because we really were about pop culture, and I always say that
The
Pop
lady-
gay
pop
culture.
culture is to a society what dreams are to an individual. It really is a. What's going on?
By the way, in that episode with the Baby Jane, that was a real rat that we had.
We always had real rats and real frogs
It
that
was a
stunk.
huge rat like that.
See,
Can
I
just
loved
say
it.
something? I always thought that I was so fat in these episodes, and now
You
I
are a
look
toothpick.
You look
adorable I
skinny.
look.
Of course.
Oh, look.
Chola was.
Cholo.
I defy any other show to have a moment like that.
What was so great about this show, truly?
Oh, God, Jamie.
The show was written for 35-year-old gay men.
Just like Ryan.
This is not a teen show.
But teenagers loved it
Love
because
the show.
they felt like they were in on a joke.
Yeah.
Like my niece and nephew loved it.
By the way, Jamie, I think you were going to kill us when we were shooting.
Oh, this was my favorite part.
Because I had to get them to walk all in sync. It was hard.
That's
Excuse me,
hot.
look at the shoes
Left,
I'm wearing.
right,
Give me a
left.
break.
Now I have to finish that shoe story. now
Okay,
that
look
you bring
at
it
all
up.
of their big shoes.
Leslie Grossman. She is very comfortable in her tennies and her slippers. So her first question every time she'd walk on set is, are you gonna see my feet?
Always.
And if her feet were not seen, she was not wearing her heels.
And there was always a height issue, because sometimes I'd be like tall,
Yeah.
short, tall, short.
You know, the other thing about this show, we had gone so over budget that we wanted to do a bottle show, which to the viewer means a show where you shoot
Oh, yeah.
everything on your set so you save money by not going out.
Damn,
Cut
he's a
to 3
genius.
years of overtime pay.
Tammy.
Tammy is insane. This was great because everybody got into the spirit of this script. This is where everybody started to get into the comedy of the show.
Chris, look, you're so cute.
Where's the blue stripe?
Look at Tamara's
gone now.
gorgeous cleavage.
Yeah, this is all the girls on here sometimes had the bodies of 30-year-olds.
I knew that the Blue Stripes' life was gonna be short when we went to do the photo shoot for the show. After we got picked up, we went to do the big photo shoot, and they wouldn't let me take any pictures with the blue stripe.
Oh, you guys remember in the bathroom how there's all the old like homecoming queens photos?
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
The other thing I want to say about this bathroom is the idea was that in Santa Monica, old movie stars sometimes would donate money to schools, which is the truth. And we found out that Kim Novak had donated money. So we thought, well, this is set in Santa Monica. What if she donated money to Kennedy High in the 50s? So this set became the Novak. That's what we called it. But it literally was like a Perino's 1940s ladies' boudoir
Yes, it was great.
in
Oh,
a high
it's so
school,
great.
which made no sense.
I just want to say, in this upcoming thing, I dislocated my hip. And I don't know what to do.
The Chola jacket.
Chola.
But they're sort of chic on you, Leslie, I have to say. See, comedy?
Look at her. Wait.
What I smell?
Sugar daddy.
Look how good. Tammy was so good.
Harrison, are you there too? Come on, let us know if this really isn't funny. Don't you push me.
Get out of the way.
I literally dislocated my hip.
This was hard too because you were looking right in the camera. We had to put your leg up.
Here we go.
You guys check your cell phones.
How about every time they do something we're shooting in the mirror, they'd have to take the mirror
Oh,
out
God.
and you're in the camera.
So we thought this was going to be so easy, and it was so much more
Wrong.
complicated.
It was hell.
'cause we block
Mir
shooted it,
and
which was
6
really
actresses with
That's right.
2 days to go before Christmas break. Not a good idea.
And when you're block shooting, basically what you're doing is you just shoot in one direction all day long. You shoot every scene in shooting one direction. Then you turn around and do everyone else's coverage shooting the other direction.
And this was
really
also, the name of this episode, Caged, was based on this brilliant 50s prison movie called Caged with Eleanor Parker, where the women are like lesbian dominatrixes.
I love that you're grabbing your hair, Leslie.
with hunger and eat each other like less crazed cannibals.
I'm going to say something. I have a zit on my face right there that literally lasted for 2 to 3 months. And it would not go away. And I
Because you had so much makeup on every day.
I would come in every
wait.
morning.
This was something from Mary Cherry's Magic Purse.
Oh, yes, that's right. The magic purse that had axes and...
At this point, we're like, okay, throw all reality out the window. Didn't we at one point have like a bassinet in that purse?
Come on, okay, look. Does anybody have any nosh? Fruit, frozen yogurt?
Oh, I love
Look at
this.
the
here
bag.
you
Do you know
go.
how huge that bag was?
Do you remember when
Mink
Being
too?
John Malkovich came out and we were dying to do an episode called Being Mary
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes,
where she
inside
opened
her
up the
head.
rose settee and like dived down into it, and it was like a fur tunnel that she goes
Alice in
sliding down,
Wonderland tunnel, yeah.
and then
We were like, are you fighting?
Okay, this is what you need to understand. We had insane stunt people there.
Oh, she told that insane stunt guy.
He was crazy, and we didn't know what we were doing, and so he was like, just grab her and do that.
Cut to her neck being like
Just
she
ow,
whiplash.
Here, have a lady time.
Lady Time was we could not get the name of a female period aid, so we created Lady Time because the other one didn't clear.
If we had a shovel, we could dig our way out, right? That's brilliant.
I also love in this idea the idea that's there. It is.
I have a shovel.
Look at Tammy. Wait, this is so good.
Solid concrete here, kids.
There's gotta be a way.
You know what I remember? This is when everybody had really super settled into their characters.
Yeah.
And felt like, I get it, I know it.
Yeah.
And everybody had so much fun taking it to the farthest extreme that they could.
But it really did become a satire at this point. I
But you know
Yes,
what?
we
It
did.
was brilliant, and I think I think that people underestimated how sophisticated the audience was.
Yeah.
And that people loved it for that and got it for that.
yeah.
And I think that we did a great public service teaching young teenage boys and girls about menstruation in this
I
episode. I just love the idea that we could get.
You just like getting away with it.
I did, and I like that we could have an episode literally where there was a discussion of teen cannibalism. And that phrase that you say, "My blood sugar's plummeting by the minute." I say that to this day. That line.
By the way, I remember I had to say meaning.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
This SNL.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Right.
Okay, this is insane.
Oh, and look at the glee Diana.
I forgot
tagged us
about
with.
this.
The whole S&M plot line I was so into.
Let's discuss her androgynous.
Wait, is this the
help me out of tampons.
It's our only hope. If a government spy plane with
Is this the
extra
first episode with
spy vision
Godfrey?
should fly overhead
Yeah.
and see our plane, they might come save us. Otherwise, we're gonna die in here.
Can I just say something? Did you hear my accent? Here was what I tried to do with my accent. I tried to do what I knew every acting teacher on earth would just be cringing. I wanted to do the worst, fakest, bad Southern accent you could possibly do with like no diphthong, no nothing.
Well, didn't we also like any word that could have an extra syllable, like meaner?
Or feminist, mini face day.
But by the way, your cadence, I still talk like that. All my sister and I sit there and go, oh my gosh.
Let's review, shall we? The secrets are in order. They call me Quack. Question my sexuality.
Look how good Tammy was.
She's so good at looking right in the camera,
Yes.
too, and just
Yeah.
demanding
Yeah.
that people stare
And
at
she
her.
can wink like no one I've ever met.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I made it.
But you know the great thing about this thing was how sophisticated all you guys were with camera stuff and craft, and most of the people in this room had not done that much. It was
No,
a
I
really
haven't.
great
This was my
learning
first
curve.
show.
Is that true?
Do this in order.
Yeah.
My first TV show.
Jimmy, you were real good.
Brave enough to admit they call me Quack.
Meek. Okay, this was insanity.
This was insane.
I'm such a fan of
Meanwhile,
this
I had to go out to some warehouse so deep in the jungles of the valley to get fitted for this. And it was 9 o'clock at night, and I was alone with one strange man with bizarre facial hair, and I thought you'd never hear from me again.
Great.
Gestalt.
I love this.
Common in Southerners with too much inbreeding. Dr. Kiski, I'll come here because I hear you're the best plastic surgeon in the world. Thank God you're in.
But she's so good. Delta Burke is amazing.
And that was her own dog.
Here's the problem, Doc. Hope you haven't had a big lunch.
Remember that guy was real weird looking.
My daughter's a freak and I need you to fix it.
The music.
Oh, that's so good.
Dr. Kiski, as you can see, so much for my dreams of my daughter being a hand model.
Look how great. Delta was so amazing.
Delta was
It's so
great.
nice.
Kind and lovely. And you know what? I learned so much from her. She is a comedic
Didn't she
genius.
sit you gals
Well,
down at one point for lunch and tell you not to keep your eye on the maid? Like that might be thieving stuff or something?
Look, she came in, and from the minute I met her, she was like, "You call me Mama," and she was so great. And she, Delta has the best
can't take
comedic
anymore.
timing, and
She's
I
great.
learned so much from her. And I'm sure I ripped tons off from her.
You know what's great about Delta is I had a general meeting with her, and I walked in, and she was there. She was. She had lost a lot of weight. She was wearing a black dress, looking like Vivian Lee on a couch.
She looked great.
And I said, I want to write something for you. And I gave her like 3 choices. And she's like, I sort of like the cherry idea. So the thing about Delta was I would write her dialogue and then, something bad's going to happen.
This is the gay admittance scene.
Oh, let's talk about this when it comes up.
I've questioned my sexuality.
But I would take the scripts into Delta's trailer and she would make me perform it as Cherry. And she would mimic me mimicking her. Which, remember that?
Yes.
It was very weird.
You became her coach.
Okay, this is a very interesting thing where we really pushed the limit of the scene.
Yes,
We
I
really did
remember.
have them
Big deal.
full on kiss, which you could get away with now.
You couldn't then.
You couldn't then. It was literally they were afraid people were going to pull money and
I
sponsors.
remember.
Was this with Sarah Rue?
Yes, I snuck onto the soundstage when they were filming this
That's
scene
good.
because
And
I wanted to see what
videotaped
they were
it,
gonna.
no?
And she sold it online.
I wanted to see what they were gonna do, and I just remember it was so
Heavy?
serious and heavy,
And they really did
tears.
kiss. They really did
Did
kiss.
they have a problem
Did they
with
use
doing
tongue?
this?
What happened
No.
was no, the girls were great.
They were like,
kissed,
"Let's go, let's
and they
make it
wanted to
real."
do it, yeah. And then
This
the
was
network
right.
said that we could have it, but that we would have to sacrifice other things down the line.
But now you like,
So-
isn't like girls making out with girls? It's like you see that on
nothing.
like the gospel channel.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Remember Jamie Babbitt when we had that scene? She was like, "Could you guys use more tongue?"
I hate it when you can tell that actors aren't using their tongue. It doesn't seem like a real kiss.
Wait, I'm looking forward to.
Say that.
Oh, you know the other great thing about this that I'll just add was I remember that the New York Daily News did a big article about the editing of this scene,
Really?
which was a lot of pressure on us to get it right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? What did they say?
Just pushing the envelope with the WB and all that stuff. It was,
Oh!
and I didn't know at that point. I didn't think it was the. Of all the stuff in this episode, this is the least shocking.
I know.
to
There's
me.
like S&M. There's
know.
like.
It's always
girls.
fascinating too when you're working on a
But
show
again,
like this because you
cutting
feel
edge.
like you're in such a bubble,
edge.
and then when
Yes,
something
it's
like
true.
that pops up, that
Yeah.
someone's actually watching or paying attention, or
Yeah.
you're really kind of surprised.
Right.
I mean, I also remember, when you're doing comedy in a single camera, it's super challenging because you don't have an audience. And I would look at the boom guy who I loved and say, if he's shaking and laughing, then I know it's funny.
Player.
That's player. That's what
player.
you're doing it for. You're doing it for
Snowy.
the crew, and you're trying to get them to laugh.
You know, you'd see Snowy or player, and their arms would be doing.
Player. What's up,
That's a
play,
foot fetish,
dog?
by the way.
Leslie
Remember when we
Bibb.
did photos of like the boom with in between our feet for player?
Could this scene literally? I
Everyone
felt
had
it's
a
been
foot
on for an
fetish.
hour.
Yeah.
It's so not the pace
No,
of
it's
our
really
show.
good. It's good. And they really did kiss, and now they cut away.
Oh.
It was innocent. We didn't go.
And then in the next season, Lily abandoned her bisexuality and started to date Josh.
My favorite thing was, do you remember how Lily was supposed to be dirt poor and they would be like, hey, I got a new Prius. She would have like a $38,000 car.
Well, this was sort of the episode too that I was like, I am bored with reality, and everyone will be rich and be insane, and that's sort of started the. Uh-oh. What happened?
I love Tammy.
Just don't talk to me.
So mean to her.
Okay.
Oh my god.
She's ticked.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just want to say something. Those toilets back there were
Nasty.
repugnant and disgusting.
I
People
gotta
dump
tell you,
sodas in there.
I would watch Popular with my friends, and they'd always be fascinated by
That's
girls
my
always
favorite
coming out
line.
of the toilet.
Your big fat
It always
drop
ended with
mouth.
like a flush. in
Oh
the
yeah.
door.
Well, also that we never washed our hands.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, Bib, what was your favorite line?
Your big fat trout mouth. I tell my husband that
trout
all the time.
mouth?
Keep your big fat trout mouth shut.
I remember that you, Leslie Bibb, really took up the cause. She was like, we're not washing our hands. We're coming out of there and walking right past the sinks. And all of us were like, yeah.
But that's because on TV you don't have running water because of sound.
Well, of course not, but we had to fake it, so we started to fake it and be like,
Betrayed, okay?
I think this sweater of Carly's was Hermes.
I'm sure.
Trade.
Here comes Godfrey, like my favorite all-time recurring character.
Oh God.
She managed to tie us all three up.
I wonder how Ron would feel watching these scenes if
I
it
know.
would bother him.
Well, it's like a different person.
Yeah.
He is a different person.
Well, I remember when we did the sets for, by the way, because I did a lot of work on the sets.
Yeah, when you were
I saw you with the hammer a lot.
Yeah, right. But when they did the sets for Bobby Glass's house, when she was doing her S&M videos, I remember just going down to look at them because I thought they'd
And
be
you thought it
funny
was
and
dark?
feeling deeply disturbed and that I had to get the hell out of there.
It was supposed to be
very
some
Silence of the Lambs.
giant bras that were hanging on the.
And by the way, we had the best set design. We had the best prop and
They
set
look
design.
great.
Also, this is the
Lauren
episode where I,
Krasker.
as a writer, was on the set, and I was so tickled by how funny everybody was that I started writing to people's comedy
Yeah.
stuff.
Guys,
I think Chris, during this on one break, did a imitation of the Silence of the Lambs killer, and I loved it. I put it in
Yes.
an
And it
episode.
showed up.
What is she doing to Leslie's hair?
She's braiding my hair because we're bored.
Completely self-absorbed.
it is. Lily, that is not
This
what
show
this
is all about the hair.
Feel left
And
out.
also, I love how you can tell it's a new day because Carly's hair is a little fresher. Like you always could tell, a different blowout.
It's after lunch.
Yeah.
That means the
Been
grass is
touched up.
less judgy on our side.
Judgy was something that we would do in real life that now got into the show with the hand puppet thing.
Two secrets stand, 4 to go. It's only fair.
Bordeaux.
I
What
did
is
it
that,
again.
dramatic? What is that?
Carmen,
I
would that
did
be
it
a
again.
painful reference to your back-to-school shopping at Walmart?
Ryan, you are king of those one-liners. You're
I
amazing.
love any mean girl comment.
Look how neat this is with the lighting.
Scarlet letter.
Look at Leslie's genius zigzag.
R
R for. Poor Bryce, he never could get any.
Oh, I remember the network was freaked out because Bryce gets together with every single person
Yes.
in this episode. And they were
Bryce
like,
was
"Ryan,
a
Male
hoe.
whore.
we talked to you about
Okay, I have to ask something. Leslie,
Yeah.
was Bryce a good kisser? And Bryce, was Leslie a good kisser?
Wow.
Do we ever use the tongue when we kiss?
Sometimes.
Yes, you
She
I
did.
directed.
She made us do it, Jamie Babbitt,
Oh,
yeah.
of course.
I mean, you had to kind of think. You guys had to kiss a lot.
Yes, you know
I
what
enjoyed-
Bryce has? Bryce has great lips.
I enjoyed it.
I think
He's
we're
got
all a little
beautiful,
jealous.
beautiful, big, beautiful lips.
But you made out with Tamra, Carmen.
He's the male whore.
Yeah.
He made out with everybody.
I never
That's so
had to make
bad.
out with anyone.
expect to get anywhere if I just keep taking 2 steps backwards.
Brooke, I love you.
I know you do, Josh. This is why I feel so bad right now. We've got to stop this. I need to move on.
This feels like a Douglas
know.
Sirk film.
But look how I was gonna say, look how good looking the two of them look. It's just ridiculous.
Chris Baff is a genius.
I like Leslie in black with the blonde hair.
Yeah, it's good.
What?
For
Oh, this
blondes,
is
black
Carly
on tap,
remembering that
top,
she
caramel on
was
the bottom.
together with Bryce.
Right, around the same time, right?
Uh-oh.
The night that
You
and
are
me,
a
Josh,
hooker.
I love these scripts.
I was with him too.
This was the best table read ever because you guys were screaming. You
Yeah.
were so
Believe it.
shocked.
But let me
Remember?
just say this. Do you also remember, and I love Carly, she was never without a head cold.
Yeah.
Never without a head cold.
And you know what?
always.
Here's the great thing: is she always blame it on the air here in
Yes.
Los Angeles.
Oh,
Well,
for
I
those
just
who
worked
might-
with her in Vancouver, and she's still sick.
She's been sick for 5 years.
You guys, croutons was a save because we never could find a restaurant. So this was the Disney commissary. We saw it on the commissary. We shot on the Disney lot, and we turned it into our teen hangout croutons.
I love that she's so disgusting that she sticks her finger
Right past the sneeze
And
guard.
also, I love
There he
this
is.
idea
Oh, here you
too,
go.
This
sticking
was
the tomato
very
in.
wrong on every level.
Bob.
Isn't that Greer's ex-husband?
Yes, that was our
Yes.
producer's ex-husband, and
With his
Bob.
Devo S shirt.
Bob is the king of the Genius guest star because
He
he's
is-
been on every television show.
Everything.
Bob
And
is
he's
so talented.
hysterical.
So good, and he has a pug named Helmet.
A pug named Helmet, that's right.
I made him
like
do
the
that
music?
tomato thing so many times.
Do you like the music?
Well, also, I remember when you called me
Look,
and you were
oh my
like,
God, what's he?
I made him do this a million times too.
This is the Disney commissary. This is where we would go and eat lunch
Shut
every day.
every day. This is where we had lunch every day. But Ryan came up with the name of croutons, and I remember you called me, and you were just in gales of laughter. It's gonna be called croutons.
Croutons, y'all.
One of the things that I really loved about our show is how we brought back guest actors playing different characters.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
it was like
Yes.
a
Yeah.
theater.
It was like an old show. It was like I Love
based-
Lucy, you know.
It was based on the Orson Welles repertory, the Mercury Theater Players idea.
Yeah, I loved that.
Look how weird this was.
Like, what teenage girl's gonna understand what the hell this is?
I'm even
Weird show
confused.
that was ever made.
Oh my God, this is.
Wait,
Oh my God.
how did this get by the censors? Oh my God! This is like Charlotte Rampling in the
Look,
Nut
he's
Corner.
polishing her silver while she fans herself with a paddle. This is insane.
It's like sometimes you couldn't say potty, but then you could like show that.
But you know what was great about Diane? Diane committed fully.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
bigger it was, she was like, bring it on.
How about when she
love
had
this
her
part.
she had her butt cast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Daddy's
Act out. No, not act out.
I also just want to say something quickly, that because we did block and shoot, half the time we had no idea what we were reacting to. I was like, what? What is this? Oh, I don't know. I'll just act scared.
Downstairs returning.
Kissing Carly!
Bryce, jeez.
Bryce, I'm
I
going to
didn't
say
write
something.
this stuff.
I think you look like a good kisser, Bryce. I'm going to say it.
But Bryce is a
Yeah.
married
Sure,
man
I
now,
see.
Leslie.
I know.
We all are married.
I was
It's
married at
true.
the time, and I
Wait,
still
when
thought
did
that.
Carly get those bangs? She
This.
Remember, there was a brief period.
You remember when she cut her own hair in a rape? No, that didn't happen.
Carly and I went to like I don't know some like
Things get out of hand.
kids choice thing or something, and we were getting ready at her house, and I had like my outfit that I'd gotten from wherever, and Carly comes out 'cause she's like gone through her house and picked out something from her closet, and she comes out and it's a normal black t-shirt. She goes in to put it on, she comes out and she's taken scissors and she's thrashed
Oh,
it.
Lord.
She's but that's what's brilliant about her, because her style's so great that
And it was
she
really
can just
unique, yeah.
unique, and she
But she was one of the youngest people on the show.
She
right?
was the youngest.
18 or
Oh,
19.
yeah,
She
she
just
Sarah.
moved to LA. She
Yeah.
just moved
And we
to
were all
LA
like
from Canada.
35, 36.
I was married. I was like old.
Lord, I've got the vipers.
You got married. We all went to
all
Martha
went to
Stewart
my
was at Leslie
Wait, you just said
Grossman's
Josh
wedding.
is a hoe.
Probably just in a lot
We
of
just missed
Uh-oh.
something important,
You
Leslie.
said Josh is a hoe.
No, that Martha Stewart was at my wedding.
Yeah, Martha Stewart was at Leslie Grossman's
That's
wedding.
right, I
and
danced
Sugar
the boogie
Daddy
man.
We
was
did
dancing
dance
with
with
her.
Martha.
I'm dating Josh Ford.
Josh Ford.
What?
But I have,
could
I have
it
to
be?
finish what I was saying. Carly, being the youngest, was like one of the most stable people on set.
Forget about Carmen. Let's eat her first for punishment. Carmen.
They all start to turn on each other. I
Oh,
love it.
here we go.
Oh.
Wait, did you date Carmen?
At the end of the show,
Yeah,
I
he
dated
dated
everybody.
Carmen. He's dated every single person.
Yeah.
Me.
I know.
Wait a big fat minute. You, Carmen Ferrera's social pawn scum, are dating Josh Ford, the most popular guy in the school?
Go ahead. Doubt me. I doubt myself.
What was that one where you got like I don't know, and you turn
Can I
like
tell you something?
gay or
I
something?
think Tammy looked so
You
beautiful.
were like,
in this
remember you were
episode. Her hair
like,
was incredible.
and you got like style, and you came sassing around the corner.
Oh,
or
that was
something.
he was imitating me. That was the
Oh
possession
yeah,
of Harrison
I
John.
love that. The
Like,
possession of
possessed.
Harrison. I loved it.
Where Chris gets
He was so
Tammy's
How tired are
bone
you,
marrow.
like-
Ryan was
becomes-
very upset.
Getting her
Ryan
hair
was like,
dyed
I
to
heard
be
you were
the perfect
mimicking me on
blonde
set.
He did.
Come
You
in,
copied my
you wouldn't
walk.
wash your hair.
He was
for-
so sassy.
You're like, I haven't washed my hair for 3 days. It's a week.
Literally,
Meanwhile,
I am shocked.
My hair I
at
have to
how
wash every night because I'd be a grease monkey.
many people Bryce is with in this episode.
I know. They kind of just all at once.
Oh wait, this is also when in the scripts where we started to make the writers used to love making Bryce as dumb as possible.
Oh, yeah.
It was
What
so
was the game
cute.
show episode where he was obsessed? He knows everything about chickens.
Yeah, with Ed
Oh,
McMahon.
Ed McMahon. Remember Ed McMahon? Oh boy, there's a situation.
See,
with
this
Ed
is cute.
McMahon.
I like it when
Chicken.
Make me feel okay about myself.
Aww.
Bryce was such a teen dream. Look how he's looking at her.
Oh yeah.
Bryce, did you get in those Teen Beat magazines?
Yes.
Of course he did.
He had
Couple.
stickers.
I had a sticker.
That was awesome. I had your stickers up in my trailer. I had
Bryce was the first
Johnson
person I
stickers.
ever met who admitted he had a sexual fantasy about Britney Spears.
Oh, yeah.
Remember your Britney doll? He had a doll.
I have a doll collection. Yeah.
Oh,
Kind of odd.
Poor Carmen.
Cute.
Sarah's so good at those cute moments
Yes.
too.
Well, Sarah is somebody who, from the minute I met her, Sarah's gonna win something. Whether it's an Emmy, a Golden Globe, whatever. She's an
award.
she's
I've
an
worked with
amazing,
her before
amazing
this show. I
actress.
worked with her in a play. That's how I met her. We did a play together, and so this was like a fun reunion for us to do this show.
Yeah.
So it was really cool because we talked to each other like when we were both testing, and
Yeah.
then I got it, and then she was testing after, and
Well-
we were so excited when it got picked up, and
That world
it was
is
really
also
cool.
so small. I mean, I know that
Yeah.
I always see the same people auditioning all the time, and then to finally work with someone that you've only seen auditioning, it's
Yeah.
fun.
Right.
You know,
It
you're
is.
like, it was gonna happen eventually.
You know, the great thing about all this Gwyneth stuff is there was one period where Miss Gwyneth Paltrow herself did find out about our
Yes.
obsession with her and was pleased.
Who wouldn't
Didn't
be?
Madonna love our show?
Madonna, a lot
And
of celebrities
Howard
loved our
Stern
show.
used to talk about it all the time. He'd go, I gotta go home, watch My Popular.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Always said My Popular.
We were very culty and
Who was
smart
that, Howard
celebrities
Stern?
liked
Yeah.
us. Uh-oh. I love any Carmen versus Nicole.
Yeah.
But, if we did a third season,
Hey,
it was going to be
why don't
Carmen
we
and
do-
Nicole on the same side.
Why don't we do a popular movie of the week?
I
Amen.
would love
And-
I
that.
would do it in a
MOW.
red
I
hot.
would do it too, I
In a
think.
second.
And we
You guys
do it
don't know this,
because we
but
could all
like,
be older.
after the third season, if we were going to go to the typical 5, the third season you would have graduated from, oh my God, Brooke trauma. You were gonna graduate from high school, and then we were gonna cut forward 5 years, and Mary Cherry would have bought a Melrose Place-like building in LA, where you all would be living, doing your careers. It was
You know
gonna
what?
really be cool.
I'm telling you, if we did a popular reunion thing, people would freak, and it would be genius.
I think.
I'm all for it.
I'm for it.
I'm
Ryan,
all
would you
for it.
ever
Amen.
write that?
Yes,
Seriously?
in a heartbeat.
Let's do it.
They're ready.
Incredible.
It'd be really
Seriously,
good.
Ryan, because too many people walk up and are like, popular,
It could be
popular.
really good now.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And everyone on the
I have
show.
to say, my tough look is much better now. I've got a much better tough look. I worked on it.
But you know what?
Look at her hair.
Thank you.
Tammy is the queen of the final.
I love this
I
outfit, and it had spiders all over
yeah.
it. It was
I love that a
genius.
high school junior's wearing
Wait, did
Marabou.
you two had sex?
Yes,
No,
you two did it.
No,
I think.
it was more oral.
It's a very slutty episode.
Look at her.
for me.
Look at the spiders on her outfit.
It's so perfect.
Look right into the camera. You know
No,
what's
we,
so
we had to
great?
do that shot in like 12 minutes because they were shutting down.
Tammy got that character.
Oh,
she
this is
just
good.
got it.
Brooke versus Nicole. This would be in waiting for this
Tired
moment.
of being second place in your sweet
There's so many push-ins on this. I just
Yes.
put it on a dolly and kept pushing it over and over again.
I'm not gonna apologize for stepping out of your shadow. And you know what
P.S.
else?
What was our lip gloss budget?
Oh, I think it was 50,000 an episode.
I have to say,
Good.
Jamie.
Oh, here we go. Fight.
Jamie was our favorite director.
No
we had
doubt.
so much fun with her
Hands
all the
down.
time. And I remember I was so shocked the first time when she yelled at me. I was like, but we're friends.
What did she yell at you about?
It's fun.
Because
Oh,
you were
this is
talking
when we
too
grabbed
much.
Because
Josh.
I couldn't stop laughing.
What do you want us to do now? Teach him? Slap him around a little bit?
Let him go. What? But then I get away. I am tired of hiding in my own prison of shame. Let him go.
Hi. Maybe you'd like to reconsider this option?
No. Go ahead, turn the tapes into the school board. Get me fired. I don't care.
I was very obsessed with Bryce's flu that led to major dehydration.
But Bryce, I love you, Bryce. Bryce liked to party.
I did.
Yeah.
Before he was a married
Remember
man.
the trailer? Do you remember the white trash barbecue that
Yeah.
Bryce
Oh
and
my
Ron
God.
shared? They had their trailer. It was in the same trailer.
It was
Why this is going
it was
downhill
called
fast.
a double banger. I believe.
Yeah, that's right. And they decorated their trailer like this white trash trailer. They had lights all over it. They brought in pine trees.
Barbecue.
They dressed up in flannel. It was
Yeah.
insane.
By
We
the
went to
way,
the
the
99
crew
cent store,
loved
spent
it
like
because they
$100.
always do their Christmas party.
Yeah.
And everyone had hot dogs
Oh,
and
it was
hamburgers.
great.
Now, Bryce, were there mornings? I believe there are times you would just stay up and come straight to work.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, a few times. I had so much fun. I was just enjoying
then you could
life.
sleep
You know
in your
what's
He
trailer.
loved
About
it
you?
so much.
I loved it
He
so
didn't
and I
take
would
it for
just sleep in
granted.
my trailer. I just, you know.
And Bryce was the most consistent person, really, that I've ever worked
This
with.
is where the girls were going to eat him as a
Right.
cannibal. I love this shot, Jamie. This is fun
You're
to shoot.
right,
Come
though.
on.
Oh my God, so fun. But Leslie, you're right though. He's so consistent and so happy all the time, and so
He was the person who
Oh,
would come
here's-
into that makeup trailer in the morning and just be like, "Hey guys."
drinking
Leslie,
his
this is your
coffee.
big secret.
What are you babbling about?
Oh,
I'm no babbling brook, hun.
Brooke.
I lied about my secret.
Look how cute I look.
Yes, you do.
Shocking and scandalous.
You know, Ryan used to always make me do things with my hands.
So genius.
I was very Dracula.
It's Joe.
Hey, I'm not like that.
Shut your dirty whore mouth, player. Okay.
Player, which was
Shout
our
out, Blue
arm guy.
Carnal cravings. That's Lily. Sleep. Oh, stop lying, little Lily.
This was so fun.
So fun.
Do you know how amazing it is to go to work and have to stop yourself from laughing because you can't look at someone in the eye because it's so funny?
Kiss me, Lily.
Look, Nicole.
Leslie Grossman, you're the only one in the scene with matte lip gloss.
I know. And what was I wearing that red for?
Because that was the Cholo jacket.
Oh my God, we're out. Thanks, Brooke, you hog.
This is how it ends. Trapped in this hellhole restroom, out of food, out of oxygen. We're gonna die in here. We're gonna die.
Your hair's never looked better, Leslie.
I know, right?
What's going on in here?
Oh, Chris. You're dead.
We took care of him once and for all.
Get out of there.
This was actually a little scary.
We, the guys, we just wanted to help.
Look how cute, Chris. Such a good actor.
Your turn.
Leslie, do you know how hard it is to play Mary
Thanks,
Cherry?
Ron.
Because it's so big, but yet it's still, you made it,
You guys,
you know
before we
what I mean? Like it wasn't so
It was
crazy.
weird.
Well, the great thing about that character is that the key is that the other characters don't comment on how big she
Yes,
is.
exactly. And they just act like it's
She
normal.
literally is from another universe.
How about when RuPaul was your mother, or your father?
How what?
RuPaul was your father?
Crazy.
That was amazing.
insane.
Oh, I just
I hope we get this song on
I
the
hope we do
DVD.
too. 'Cause This is one of my favorite songs, and we can't talk about it in case we don't get it.
Yeah.
I love how everything on our show, every episode would wrap up with a little moral. The order was
Yeah, it was
restored.
like, after school special, you
Yeah,
know?
it
You got a
was.
nice little lesson at the end of the day.
Look, see how I'm calling you Joe?
Yeah.
Go, thank you, Joe.
I love that literally everyone turns immediately and loves
Yes.
each other.
And I love that we
the
never
fu-
find out. No one ever knows why you called me Joe. I never knew why you.
She
It just
explained
is.
it in the Blondes versus the Brunettes.
Did she?
Yeah.
Is it?
Clouds
All right, like I
clear.
said, I
Because
love
you
that
never
we
liked
explained.
her.
more.
You never liked her, so she invented someone who would like her, Joe.
I love any mention of ambrosia salad.
That's a
That's
direct
very
cut to-
Indiana, Ryan.
That was my Midwestern roots. I agree.
I think you were right when you said that if we all got into a room.
Did you guys hate wearing the same costume the whole
No,
episode?
it's easy. I like it. No fittings, no nothing.
Uh-oh.
Talk to you again.
That was
yeah.
awesome.
I remember I was trying to get Tammy to feel like a little remorse, and she was like, no, she wouldn't.
That was awesome. I remember that ending was so good.
Let's give it a minute just to be safe.
Was this everyone's favorite episode?
Yeah,
or no?
yeah.
Now Leslie's was the Baby Jane.
Baby Jane. Well, there's so many of my favorite
Yeah,
episodes.
I love, there's so many.
I can't say that one.
I like this one the best.
I'm sorry, it was like a little film.
It
is.
is.
It
Great
is.
beginning, middle, and end. It was such a great script.
How
I
about
was
the
so
lighting
happy when
setups
I
that would
read
take
it.
an hour?
An hour?
Hey, we have to say
3
goodbye.
hours.
Hey, thanks everybody for
Thanks,
watching.
guys.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
We hope you had as much fun watching as we did.